Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the best damn professional wrestling podcast on the planet. I am, of course, one of your two hosts himself, God's greatest creation, the gift of this generation, Mr. Perfection himself, Lakota Carter. Even though it says J.R. Sparrow, I forgot to change my name. And I don't think, hold on, I can do that manually. Hang on. Uh, Give me a second. We're going to fix that. My bad, y'all. Let me fix that real quick because that's going to irritate my ADHD. All right. There we go. I fixed it. Y'all see how quick I did that? But welcome back, man. It's been a while. A
Yep,
long while.
a long
So
while.
so Drew's gonna I'll let you explain while we've been gone, but I have my own explanation that I want to give.
Yeah, while on vacation,
Yeah.
which ended
Yeah,
uh,
I'll let you start.
a little quicker than normal than what I
Yes.
wanted,
Yeah.
uh, our house decided, hey, I want to give you an indoor swimming pool.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we had to come back from our vacation early and
Tear
then
up
had to
the
get the
entire
insurance company
floor.
involved. And then we had to get had to get out to the insurance to find out what exactly needs to be going on. Well, they're ripping up all floors. They
Yep.
are found out we got asbestos, so we're staying with family right now. But
Jeez Louise,
I'm back
man.
at where I can be on this side of the house where I work at
Yep.
because it's not affected. All that over there is getting repaired.
Yep.
But all in all, it's going to be about 2 to 3 months before everything is
Whew.
good again, and we are living back in our own home.
Good grief, y'all. I'll tell y'all
Yeah.
what. So that's Drew's explanation, but I have a more in-depth explanation for the absence. Anybody that says depression isn't a real thing,
Well,
go fuck yourself.
yeah.
For the first time in my life, let depression get a hold of me, and part of me, let it infect me to a point that I'm not proud of. Uh, I let go of myself. I didn't shower. I didn't eat. I neglected my boys for a while, but then I got off my ass to take care of them, but I didn't do anything else. I didn't do the podcast. I didn't take garbage out. Didn't keep the house clean. Um, and that caused me to lose one of my children the other day. Um, and I wanted to take the time because he deserves it to say, I miss you, little buddy. And I hope you're okay up there. You were with mom. So I know you didn't die alone. Finn is getting better. Both of them have been sick. I think depression had a big part to play in both of their mental states and health. Finn's getting up on the mend. He's right here with me. But we are back and we're not leaving again, y'all. We're not leaving again. I'm getting back up. This is what I was put on this planet to do is talk shit about people that don't know how to book a wrestling company and yeah, call out people on their stupid opinions. Hey man, get in your spot. You ain't walking around. This is Papa's room. But we're gonna dive into the AEW Redemption preview slash predictions because that is today.
Yep. I see you got yourself a nice little shirt on to represent as well. There you go. Yep. Yep.
Yes, sir. Got to
Yep.
represent the
Oh,
Billy Goat.
and by the way, I have to admit, while we were on vacation,
Mm-hmm.
me and the Munchkin got to go and
Yes, please
see
talk about that.
AEW Collision in Roanoke, and I have to admit, it was absolutely amazing.
Yes,
One of the other reasons why we couldn't really do a podcast either, because I couldn't talk for the longest time, because I completely lost my voice that
yes.
night, and it was absolutely the best thing that I have done so far
This year.
this year.
Yeah.
And I am looking forward to the next one. Whenever I have a chance to go to it, you better believe I will be there and I will be, talk as much trash as possible to Claudio Castiglione and otherwise known as Caillou, as
Cancer
Emma
free Caillou.
is
You
the
know.
one who said it looks like Caillou. It's like, yep, that's cancer-free Caillou.
Yep.
Um,
Absolutely.
and yeah, it was an experience that I've never had before, never been to a live event yet until then, and now I'm completely hooked. So any chance I get to go to one, you better believe I'm going to make
Yeah.
arrangements to be there.
It's like and we'll get on topic in a second, but I feel like that needed to be talked about because that was a big moment. First of all, I do want to say fuck you, AEW media, with with no consent. Fuck you, because we had 4 media passes, and then I don't think they like the professor. If you really want me to be honest,
Well,
I
we're
think
we're working on mending that relationship, so
yeah, we're trying, but
Because we need
We
to get
had
all the members of the Mafia over there just to
oh,
enjoy one good time. And
good grief. But we had 4 media passes. I was supposed to go. It just didn't work out. So we gave them to you and Allie because that was going to be her first live wrestling experience.
yep,
And even if you're not a wrestling fan, you had to experience that once.
yeah.
There's nothing like it on the planet. People could say,
Mm-mm.
"Oh, I don't like it because going without commentary or whatever." It's just,
And we lucked out because we were sitting right
yeah,
behind Tony Schiavone
yeah.
and Nigel McGuinness. So
You
it
guys
was
were
it was
right behind the
amazing.
announcers table, so
Yeah.
you got the best of both worlds. But I myself and my friend Nathan, who has been on this show before, I'm trying to get him more on a full time basis, but he's literally off like 2 days a week, and then he works night shift. It's so confusing. He's very frustrated. But we are going in September. They are coming to the Charleston Coliseum for Collision. Uh, so I'm excited about that. One thing I will say about your time going to AEW, your reaction to Darby Allin
Oh,
was so
dude,
perfect.
I marked out. I marked out, man. We'll upload the videos at a later time.
Yes.
But yeah, it was absolutely amazing, and yeah, it
Yeah, that moment, if that doesn't, when you guys
that's
see
one of the
this
reasons
clip,
alone I had no voice.
yeah. Well, when you guys see this clip of his reaction, he is what, 40 something years old? No, he was a 15-year-old kid again
Yep.
watching the Monday Night War. And it was so good because he wasn't advertised.
No.
Like he wasn't. And so when the beat dropped, Drew exactly knew what was happening. And his poor little girls right here, usually don't hear dad use a lot of profanity. All I heard was, holy fucking shit. He lost his mind. He got to see Darby Allin kill himself live on, in person. But let's jump into this redemption card, man, because God, it's a stacked
Dude,
card.
dude, I am so looking forward to this card, and it is gonna be my father-in-law's very first time watching AEW.
Oh my
He's
gosh.
only gonna watch a couple hours of it because he has a bedtime routine he has to do. But yeah, I'm allowed tonight since we're staying at his place. I'm gonna turn a hotspot on, and we're gonna have the event playing, and he's gonna see me lose my mind a few times, I'm pretty sure, because the way
Yeah.
this card is built, this could be a 2 night event if they wanted, but they're getting it all in one night.
Yeah, because they know how to do wrestling. Sorry.
They know how to do it, and they do it well.
Very well.
So I'm just gonna go off the card of how I saw things come out. I don't know if this is gonna be the way it goes. But first match, the Painmaker, Chris Jericho versus Tommaso Ciampa in a no hold barred match.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is one of the matches, and there's a few that I have a problem with on this card, and this is one of them. And the reason is because as much as I love Chris Jericho, Ciampa needs to be in that world title picture. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, but he proved that with his match with Darby when Darby took him on for the belt.
yeah.
Ciampa doesn't need to be in the mid card. Ciampa needs to be up there with Kevin Knight and Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay and the Death Riders. you know, realistically, sorry guys, realistically, it would make all the sense in the world for Chris Jericho to win because he lost the last match they had at Beach Break. But what does that do for Champa? Like, you know what I mean? Like, granted, the Painmaker is something we haven't seen in years.
Yeah.
I think we've only seen it once in AEW, and he faced Kenny Omega in the Tokyo Dome, one of the greatest matches I've ever been alive to witness. Um, but where does that leave Tommaso Ciampa? If he loses, where does that leave him? He's just going to become a member of the fucking conglomeration.
I think this is gonna definitely be a Ciampa win
Yes, that's the way it
because
should
if
book.
he doesn't, then it's
He's a flop.
yeah.
I just said it, and I mean that's the only way to put it. You've fucked up his signing if you don't push him here.
All right, I'm going Ciampa.
I'm gonna go Champa as well, even though my heart's telling me they're gonna have Chris Jericho win.
All right, next on the what I'm seeing is the tag team chance, Cage and Copeland versus Cancer Free Caillou and the Bastard Pac.
First of all, this match is gonna be fucking brutal.
Oh yeah,
They're gonna beat the piss out of each other.
Yeah.
But I do not see Cage and Cope losing the belts here. I
No.
think they go into Wembley with the belts, and I think we slowly start to build towards like maybe a multi-man match where the New Day walks out at Wembley. Because I'm telling y'all, that's coming. That's coming at Wembley.
Well, let's pause on the pause on the whole prediction thing here,
Yep.
and that's going to be that was one of the things I have written down that I wanted to talk about
Mm-hmm.
with tonight. They're in Canada,
Mm-hmm.
and those recently released AEW superstars,
Mm-hmm.
their 90-day,
Non-complete. Yep.
is it's finished. It's over.
Yep. It's done.
Who do you expect to see show up tonight?
Since we're so close to the biggest show of the year, it's so hard to pinpoint it
But this is
because
why I'm thinking there's going to be some kind of special appearances
well,
tonight
there's no
because
doubt.
of what they've got plenty of time to build up for All In.
Yes. There's no doubt that there's going to be some. I was talking to Nate about this, who I talk to every single day, just like I do this man right here. And he's saying, man, Sheamus, he thinks Sheamus will go to Japan before he goes to AEW.
He's
I
not
don't.
officially done with WWE yet, though.
Yeah, he's still got a few days left, or a few, like maybe
His
a month or
90-day
two. Yeah,
non-compete clause is still in effect. So
it's still in effect, but that doesn't mean he can't show up. It just means he can't be physical.
Moxley got around it, so why not?
You know. Um, with that being said, if I had to
Gosh, you
pinpoint,
see him and Claudio going after it again?
good God, put
Ooh.
dude, imagine. I mean, I know they're getting kind of crowded, but I almost called him Cesaro. Put Claudio and Sheamus as the forefront of the Death Riders tag part of the faction. Oh my God.
Yeah, I
Good
mean,
grief.
he has to join the Death Riders. Plain and
Yes. Yes. I don't want to see it happen right away. Um, I don't want to see that at all.
But no, I could actually see him having Claudio having an issue,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a match they normally have where there's four members of the Death Riders fighting at once,
Yep.
but it's Sheamus that comes out then to help out Claudio in the time of need.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
Because it's gonna be some kind of street rules brawl, and Claudio's getting attacked in the outside the parking lot, and that's when you see Sheamus come out of nowhere and start helping his brother out.
Yeah. I mean, I could see it. There's a lot of possibilities. You have the Wyatt Six is still a possibility. Like, dude, imagine what they could do with that
Uh,
tag roster. Good
uh,
grief.
Gacy was just seen somewhere else
In a
over the weekend.
independent promotion with
Yeah.
with Loomis, Sam
Yep.
Shaw, as he's called now. But that don't mean they can't show up. You know what I'm
That is
saying? So
true.
I'm hoping and praying that if they do go to AEW, and we'll talk about it when we get to another match. But man, if Alistair Black was let go, correct?
Yes.
So I expect to see him soon. I expect to see his wife. I think she would add something to that women's division that is desperately
It
fucking
it
needed.
it needs some work.
God damn, that women's division pisses me off. As great as Tekla is, number one, you don't need to have fucking Alex Windsor and Jamie Hayter in a fucking tag team that makes no fucking sense. Get rid of the women's tag division. It's not necessary. Brandy Rhodes is no longer there anymore. That was a Brandy Rhodes fucking idea that Tony Khan took up when they fucking left and thought he could take over. It's okay. You don't need to have women's tag belts. That's why WWE doesn't really have them anymore. I mean, they have them, but they don't really focus on them
Right.
because it's not fucking necessary. You don't have enough women on your roster to make it make sense. And there's nothing wrong with that. Get rid of that whole idea because Jamie Hayter's a former world champion and you got to looking like a fucking idiot every week on television.
Yep.
Makes no sense. I do expect to see some faces, but there's a certain match that when we get to it, there's a return, not a debut, but a return that I'm expecting in this match. And man, if that happens, I'm coming up out of my seat.
Yep. All
So
right.
if I had
Well,
if I had to say one though, like for certain, I wouldn't be surprised if Malachi Black shows up.
they've proven before where you can have multiple people show up in a night.
Yeah, I mean Danielson and Cole were back to back seconds with each other.
I mean, it wasn't too long ago that we just had quite a few returns in the same night too.
Yeah,
There was like
yeah,
three or four of them.
yeah. That's like an AEW staple. I mean, that's what they do. That's I feel like they're running out of steam when that because they do so well. And I'm not dogging them because they are my favorite company on the planet right now. That's not no secret. But I feel like they do returns at every pay per view. And at what point does it become not special anymore? You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, but it's not just returns, but it's just the welcome to the
Yeah,
company. They do it at a pay-per-view, not on a weekly episode.
yeah. That's crazy. If I had to give one, it'd probably be Malachi Black. I don't know where he fits in, but I think he was used better in AEW without a shadow of a doubt. So if I had to give one return tonight, it'd probably be well, I got two, but I'll save that the last one I got for when we get to that match.
I got a feeling you and I are on the same page. So let's just go ahead and go on to the next thing of TBS Championship. You've got Hikaru Shida versus Maya World.
Okay, so
Honestly, I want Maya World to take it.
yeah, I think she's a ball of fire right now. I think she's snuck up, got sneakily over, and she's very talented. As much as I hate women's wrestling, she's still very talented. I think she's one of the best in the world right now. She's not my queen, Mercedes Monet, but she's okay.
Hey, she
Uh,
almost dethroned the Queen in their last pay-per-view. So
okay, we're not going to talk about that, but
yeah.
but she's not on the level of my absolute black queen, the most
You know,
gorgeous woman in
she
professional wrestling. But
she was one of the dark matches that we got to see at Collision in
yeah,
Roanoke, and
she's
it was
she's
outstanding to watch her in person,
she's
especially right
crazy
after that
talented.
pay-per-view
Yeah,
of
she's really talented.
just seeing her in action. It didn't matter who she was going up against; she was a rock star.
Yeah, I mean she's sneakily talented. So I think Maya World needs this again. Hikaru just won it not too long ago, but
Yep.
that's a belt that if you flip flop it, nobody's gonna care.
Right.
You know.
Right. No, I'm fine with that.
So I'm gonna go
All
Maya
right.
World.
Next thing on the list, there is a number one contender six-man match. And after Collision last night, all six people are now official.
Yeah, give
You
me the
had
names.
Commander, you had Jungle Jack Perry, Speedball Mike Bailey, you got the Beast Mortos, and then you have El Cologne, and then Nick Wayne.
Yeah.
And Nick Wayne's getting a push because he's a Ring of
Yes.
Honor guy. And he was one of
Agreed.
the other dark matches we saw at Collision that night. And to be honest with you, I'm
Keep in mind, folks, he's been doing this since he was 16 years old.
yeah, he's got some experience, just he hasn't gotten the TV time really to do it.
Yes. Yes.
I'm putting my money either on Jack Perry or it's going to be Nick Wayne.
Yeah, it's either going to be one of those two. I don't want to see Jack Perry. I have a love hate relationship with him because CM Punk is my favorite wrestler of all time. And CM Punk
Yeah.
doesn't like Jack Perry, so I felt obligated not to like Jack Perry, but I can't
But
deny the guy's
he
talent.
was getting that push for a while and then stopped getting it.
Yeah, because he's an asshole.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's in the right company to be the asshole, though.
Yeah.
So who you got?
I've been following him since he was 16, man. I've watched all of his independent stuff. I cried when he got signed because I knew how hard he had worked. I'm gonna go with Nick Wayne.
Okay.
Although I think Leo Rush could have took the spot of El Clone in this match, and oh my gosh, that would have been
Yeah, that was a good match though last night.
yeah.
All right, so now we have the AEW International Championship. You got Fletcher versus Bandito,
All right, now
which this is going to be a hell of a match.
yeah, it's gonna steal the show. Kyle Fletcher, I'm gonna say it, needs to be the one to beat Will Ospreay for the belt.
Mm,
Kyle Fletcher is ready. 6 months ago, I would have told you, nah, give it a little bit. But every time this dude steps in the ring, it's a
mm.
five-star match. It doesn't matter who it's with. He has the history with Will there that it would make sense. Now, I'm not saying to have Will have a 2 to 3 month hour. I think Will holds it for the entire of next year. Um, because they need somebody to compete with WWE. Let's be honest, and we haven't
Yeah,
had a really lengthy title reign in AEW in quite a while since
yeah.
Kenny Omega, if my memory is correct. Um, so I think Kyle Fletcher needs to move on up to that main event scene, but I don't think it happens until after Wembley because he has the history with Will Ospreay. For those of you who don't know, he was in a group called the United Empire, one of the greatest factions in all of professional wrestling history in New Japan. They had an incredible feud on AEW where Kyle shaved his head because he didn't want to be compared to little Will Ospreay anymore. They had an incredible incredible cage match where If you listen to Will Ospreay talk about that match, it almost cost him to get divorced before he was even married. Because there was a spot in the match where she strictly told him, "Don't do that Spanish fly off the top of the cage. You're gonna fucking die." And what did Will do? He did the Spanish fly off the top of the cage. She was pissed. But it added to it. So I think, without giving my prediction yet, I think Kyle Fletcher needs to move up. But like I said, I told you I had a prediction for a return tonight, right? And that man goes by the name of Buddy Matthews. Think about it, right? Buddy gets hurt. We haven't seen him since what, March?
It's been at least a year almost.
Yeah, February or March, because it was in Australia. His last match was in Australia. The first match, the first show they did in Australia, and he killed it. But he, dislocated his ankle or torn ligaments in his ankle. And who was Buddy Matthews' tag team partner at the time?
Yep.
Brody King. And so, what did Brody do when Buddy went off? He went and found himself a new tag partner. And from my perspective, if that happens to me, like if we're taking bookings and Nate finds a new manager and I'm out because somebody took me out for 6 months, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna kick you in the nuts. Like, no, I made you.
That or we have multiple appearances tonight in the House of Black reinforms.
Yeah, I could see that, but I don't know how we get there because I don't like the House of Black as a babyface faction. I just
Well,
don't.
yeah, I wouldn't want him to be a babyface, that's for sure.
Yeah, but that's
I
the
want them
thing.
to be the
So
heels that you cheer for, like Austin.
yeah, yes, absolutely. But here's the thing with that: the way I would book this is until we get Malachi back. We don't know how long that's going to be. Put Buddy in the Don Callis family. I know they're massive, but realistically, he makes a lot of sense to be there. Realistically, so Kyle Fletcher's going to need help against Bandito. Bandito has easily been star of the year in my opinion, other than Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay.
Yeah, I've got to see
And
him
God,
face to face that night too.
Bandito is insanely good.
Which I was shocked they started Collision off that night. First match of the night was Bandito's
Yeah,
match.
because you could put him anywhere on the card, man. He's such a good tone
Yeah,
setter. He's a
yeah.
good middleman, and he's a good main event. Um, and he's very talented. I'll say it again. I think Bandito within the next 2 years should be AEW World Champion. He's that good. There's so many people on the roster, and we'll get to that when we get to the main event because a lot of
But he
people.
won't be like Sami Zayn. He only have it for like a week.
No, no, and
No.
that's. I wish we could talk about WWE, but there's so much that we've missed that I
Yeah,
want to
it's
address.
yeah, we'll leave that alone.
That'll probably be next episode where we get caught up on all that bullshit.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I will say one thing about WWE real fast because I can't. It's been eating at me all week. I watched Unreal season 3.
I haven't watched it yet. Let's not do it yet.
Okay, but there's not. It's not a big spoiler.
Okay, okay.
It's not like, oh my gosh. So the original plan for the Rumble this year
Oh yeah, yeah. This is what I do know. I do know about
was
this.
Braun. Do you know what the reason they gave for not giving the Rumble to Braun and giving it
Yeah,
to
they thought he was gonna
fucking,
get shoved down our throats.
like we haven't done that with Cody for the last 4 goddamn years. But that's no here nor there. I'll cover that at another time. That just irritated the shit out of me. Like we haven't done that with Cody Rhodes for the last
Right?
fucking 2.5 years. But I will say I think Kyle Fletcher retains, and I'm gonna go on a wild ball here and say that he retains with the help of Buddy Matthews. By the way, Mountain Dew, if y'all ever want to sponsor us, this Baja Citrus, zero sugar, yeah, that's it.
As much as I hate to agree with you on this because I cannot stand them, I will say that Kyle Fletcher is probably retaining this.
I hate fucking Don Callis, but you can't deny he has one of the best factions in wrestling.
Well, Kyle Fletcher ended up being one of the guest commentators that night we were in Collision.
Mm-hmm.
But it felt so good to flip him off in person and be so close to him to flip him off. Man,
I would have been screaming.
it felt so good to do it.
I would have been screaming at Don Callis stuff
He
that
didn't.
probably
He
would have
wasn't
got
there.
me.
Don Callis wasn't
Oh,
there.
oh, why'd
Just the
you?
opposite.
Oh, hold on. He's got a beef with, as he calls him, Krang.
Oh.
Why do you not like Kyle Fletcher?
I can't stand Krang when he comes out, and that was another nickname that I was making sure that while we were there that I was gonna let everyone know it's Krang coming down. And they're like, "Why do you call him Krang?" Like you help us understand Caillou. That makes sense. Why do you call him Krang? I was like, because when that bastard comes out in his ring gear with all the pink on,
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for him because even when he has the belt, it's pink.
Yeah.
It looks like he's got Krang in his stomach when he comes
Yep.
out.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody started cracking up. Like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I can't call him anything else but Krang now.
Yeah.
He
And
wasn't
he's
close enough for me to call him Krang. And I know
yeah.
by that time he came out, I was hoarse as could be.
I'd have been
But he didn't
screaming at
understand
Tony
me. But he
Khan.
could understand when I was flipping him off
Yeah.
because he was doing the
So
exact same thing back.
so my beef with you, and I have a little bit of beef with you with Kyle Fletcher.
But but hey, I will say, I will give him kudos.
Well,
He's a great heel.
oh, he's a fantastic
He
heel.
does his job well as a heel. So
I
I'll
would
give him
argue.
that. I'll give him that.
I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but I would argue to say Kyle Fletcher is the second best wrestler in the world right now. I would say that with all my heart and soul. He's the second best wrestler in the world right now, only behind one man, and we all know who that man is.
I won't
Yeah,
go that.
I'll stand on that business. Every
You,
time the
you,
dude stands and gets in a ring, it is nothing but a fucking instant classic. You could put him in there with Orange Cassidy, and he would make it a 5-star banger.
oh, it'd be entertaining for sure. But
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with Kyle Fletcher, man. I don't think he loses.
I'm yeah, I don't see Bandito getting the title from him just because with All In coming up so close, I don't see many title changes happening tonight,
No.
except for two. And I've already mentioned my world. I think
Mm-hmm.
she's going to get the title for the TBS championship.
Yeah.
So I'll say Kyle Fletcher here. Next match is the other one where I believe that actually will change hands, and that's the AEW National Championship with Andrade taking it over Mark Davis.
Yes.
Because
I
I think the best way to do Andrade's push in his story right now is to have him going into All In with the title.
I got one question for you on that statement though. How you know? Okay. Let me talk about Andrade for a second. Because if you can get that over, and I love it. I don't know why I love it. It makes no fucking sense. But it's so comedic how he says it. Somebody could be cussing him out and he'll go, okay,
Mm-hmm.
how you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just the most like it's so organic that it got over. I think we got to pull the trigger on him. He's been
Oh, it
talented for
has to be.
years. I mean, if you watch,
His turn, his face turn at the pay-per-view,
would be wasted.
because that was one of the best things of that pay-per-view.
Yes.
If they don't pull the trigger now
Yeah.
and they wait until All In, the title will have to be much bigger that he goes for. And I
Yeah.
don't see that working just yet.
Yeah.
The
We all
best
know.
chance of him to take down a member of the Don Callis family is to take out one of the biggest and baddest of that faction.
And Mark Davis is scary. His finisher, every time he hits it on somebody, scares the fuck out of me.
Dude, when he punched the fuck out of that ring post, and that scared me because the man was able to keep going through, even though Moxley just like tried to rip his arm off at that point. But
Yeah.
the
And there
fact that
was
he
no,
was still fighting through like it was nothing, like, oh,
yeah, there was no faking that either. Like I
no.
legit think his hand was a little bit broken. But I
Yep.
had I have a question about Mark Davis, man. You were there, Collision. He did a crazy spot on the announce table. What did that sound like and feel like
Okay.
in
All right.
person?
Hold on. First and foremost, the pops that you hear on TV
Mm-hmm.
compared to the pops you see and feel
Mm-hmm.
when you're live. Holy shit. I
Well,
am surprised that Speedball is still okay. Because from the angle we had, he did a power
power.
bomb or whatever, dropped him on his head, but he was facing the ring.
Mm-hmm.
So all I see is then, this hairy ass big man, you know, doing a pile driver, what it looks like. You could hear the thud. And the fact that the table didn't break scared the shit out of me. But uh there was a member of the Death Riders. uh the dancing, the one that used to dance. I can't think
Daniel
of his.
Garcia.
Yes, there was a match that they had, which again we didn't know that they were having a Death Riders match. By the way,
No, and I
uh,
got really scared because I thought Osprey was going to be there, and I was about to
yeah,
crash
and
out.
that's another reason I lost my voice. But there was a thud when Garcia went out of the ring. He was far enough away to where it shouldn't have been as loud as it was. When he hit and he landed on his head, we felt the thud as if he was dropped in right in front of us. Me and the guy that was sitting next to me, we got to know each other real well that night because we both looked at each other the same way you and I talk over Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody go check on him like
Yeah,
now
go get him
because the
now.
thud we heard should not have been that loud and feeling the vibration of that hit as far away as he was. If he was
Yeah.
right in front of us, fine, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So for to feel it like that with him being that far away, somebody needed to check on him immediately. But
So
then he
was it
got
just
up shortly after and
an
was
over the
immediately
top rope thing? Like, did he just
yeah,
take a bump to the floor?
yeah. The way he hit, like he got thrown over, and the way he hit, just ow.
Mm.
But anyways, Mark Davis, seeing him drop speedball on his head on that table and it didn't break, I just and
I
we
still think AEW is ready
that
for
was the time
Chris
where
Ball.
Allie's basically hanging on me so she doesn't fall out of her chair. But even I heard her just like, oh, and, and all of us just, it was rough, dude.
Yeah,
Like, you see Speedball get up and still almost get the belt from him. It was, it was a hell of a match. It was a great main event for that night of as well. But
so,
tonight, I think Andrade takes the belt from Mark Davis.
yeah. I think it's going to be a hard hitting match. I think Andrade is going to have to fight his ass off. But man,
Who you got? You got Andrade. You got
uh,
Mark Davis.
yeah, I got Andrade. I think Davis
Okay.
has held on to the title long enough, and I don't think it makes sense for Andrade to lose.
All
He's
right.
going to kill his momentum.
Then there's a double chain tag, and I think this is probably going to be our pre-show match, honestly. But it's
I
the
don't
Bang
know.
Bang Gang versus the Dogs.
I don't know. It could be your pre-show match, but honestly, the Bang Bang Gang since they came back. First of all, what a return for Switchblade. I
Yeah.
was losing my mind. I'm a big Switchblade guy. Um, they've been red hot, so I could see them being on the pre-show, but with
Well,
a
see, the reason I
stipulation.
think pre-show is when you're looking at the card itself, they show all the
Mhm.
pictures of all the matches.
Yep.
They're not listed on there, but yet they're still listed on the card for the night.
Yeah, that'll probably be your pre-show match, which is kind of degrading for them because it's a double chain match. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
I
not
mean,
a
this
dog
could
collar
be a
match,
great
but
match to
yeah,
have, like the one of those that they, because they're infamous for this, have a match that starts in your pre-show, but then continues on through the regular show.
yep,
So you've got all the pyrotechnics and everything going off while they're, yeah. Anyways,
yeah,
but I this one could go either way. I mean, literally, I think you could flip the coin on who could win, and
yeah,
you have better odds of just doing it that route.
yeah. But I'm gonna go with the Bang Bang Gang just because they just came back. So I think they're gonna build a little bit of momentum going
Yeah,
into this.
I
As
mean,
much as I love the dogs,
yeah.
um,
All
I
right,
think
now
Bang Bang Gang needs to get this.
I'm agreeing with you. Now, one of the three matches of the night, or the three matches left, you got the Death Riders taking on the Young Bucks, but it's Osprey and Moxley taking on
Come
the
on,
Young Bucks.
come on. You already know what my answer is gonna be. I got. I mean, I'm repping my guy's shirt. I literally watched this today just for this show. Like, I'll be honest with y'all. I'm gonna be honest. I've wore this shirt all week, but I wash it every 2 days. I haven't taken this shirt off. The only time I take this shirt off is to wash it. I'm not kidding, but that's okay because I'm not one of these stupid internet marks that just wear it and don't wash it. Wash it and
Right?
put it back on, man. It ain't that hard.
Yeah,
But like, first of all,
I
shout
gotta
out to
replace this
you
shirt.
because
I gotta replace this shirt, by the way. My Peacemaker shirt got messed up.
no,
Yeah,
not the goat shirt, man.
yeah. I gotta get
First
in
of
there.
all, yeah, that sucks. First of all, shout out to Drew who picked me up this from the merch stand. That's the one thing. Like he asked me anything you want. I said try to find an Osprey jersey. He found one, but he didn't get me one. He also got himself one.
Oh, I got me one too, but I'm waiting for all in for that one.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
getting all the support I can from him on that one to make sure he wins it.
Yeah. I'm gonna be over at Nate's house the night of that show. And I told him because he was so mad. He's a bigger Osprey mark than I am. Like he has said multiple times in our podcast is unhinged. So I'm allowed to say this on here because we don't have a script or we don't got to keep it PG. He said the only man he would ever turn gay for is Will Osprey. And he's married. But he said if Will Osprey said, get on your knees, bruv, without hesitation. That's how big of an Osprey mark he actually is. So I remember the first time I saw him before, after I had got my package in for my birthday, which your boy is 23 now. God, I feel 43 and not 23. Um, I thought he was gonna rip my head off and shit down my neck. Like I really thought he was gonna kill me and then steal my shirt. But he's working on getting him one. Hopefully we'll all three match for all in. Yeah, I can't go against my boy.
Order it now because he might get it just in time.
Yeah, that's what I keep telling him because his birthday is on the 25th, and all in is the what 31st, 30th.
30th, I believe.
Which, by the way, guys, SummerSlam is shaping up to be something special if they do it right.
We're gonna have our own video of that, by the way.
Yeah,
August
that's
3rd is gonna be for
yeah, August 30th. He's working on his birthday, but he made sure he had the 30th off. That's how excited he is about this. But I can't root against my Billy Goat, my guy, man. I can't do it. As much as I love the Bucks. Actually, I'm Nate is another young buck dick rider where he says they're the greatest tag team of all time. I
here's where I feel there's gonna be the appearance of the night though.
mm-hmm,
Because I have a feeling that it's the Death Riders are gonna win,
yeah,
but this is where uh
New
Kingston
Day.
Woods show up at.
Yeah.
And they
And
start having a massive feud with the Young Bucks right after that.
good grief. First of all, I will cry. I will cry. Second of all, if you pay attention to the Young Bucks these last couple weeks, they wore baby blue shirts. Now, I might be reading too much into that, but that's New Day colors right there.
Yeah,
I mean, that,
the stuff they have on for the promo for Redemption is the baby blue, the neon colors that you normally see for New Day.
bro, they're showing up. Like they're showing up. And if that is their first match, first feud, fuck yes, because we've been waiting over a fucking decade for it.
Yep.
Let it
It was
happen.
absolutely
Um,
amazing.
but the only thing that scares me about this is Moxley and Osprey haven't been on the same page here the last couple of weeks, man. And
And
it scares me.
that's what leads me to believe that I'm just gonna give my prediction now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it was me and the guy that I was sitting next to at Collision thought about this.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to All In,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be a hell of a match between Moxley and between Osprey and Omega.
It's going to be match of the year.
Oh, as long as there's no injuries that prevent things from going on the way they want,
Yep.
I agree with you. It will be. It might be better than Osprey's match against Strickland,
Yeah.
which
And that's
for
a hard
me
one to
that's
beat.
match of the year so far.
Yeah. Match of the year so far.
But I think that Osprey is going to win the title,
Yeah.
and then when the Death Riders come out there to cheer with him,
They're going to turn on him.
Moxley turns on him.
I have a theory about that.
But it's going to be just Moxley turning on him,
Yeah.
not the rest of the Death Riders.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Osprey taking either over the Death Riders or Moxley saying, "Hey, I'm done with the Death Riders. Claudio or
Yeah.
Caillou, it's now yours,
That's who I would want.
but I'm going after Will."
That's who I'd want to take over because as much as I've loved the story, I think it's one of the best storylines they've done this year. When they first started out this whole Will Ospreay joining the Death Riders, me and you were very skeptical,
Yeah,
along with 90% of the internet.
very
But
nervous about it.
it has turned into something special. I don't think I want to see Will Ospreay be the leader of the Death Riders, because he has too much friction between Pac and Claudio. They're not the biggest Ospreay fans.
Yeah.
And so that would make no sense to me. I do think they turn on him. I don't know if it's the week after All In because I feel like you have to realize, man, they're in Wembley Stadium.
Yeah.
This kid is from Essex, England. I don't
Dude,
think.
it wouldn't be the first time they've attacked him in Essex.
Yeah, I know, but like that's his big moment. Like we all know, there's no doubt in my mind Will Ospreay's going over in Wembley.
Yeah,
And I've said before, and I'll say it publicly on this podcast because we haven't been here in a month. I think this might be Kenny Omega's last match.
it might be.
I think he might call it quits after this because he's done
And
everything he can do.
just do the back behind the scenes work
Yeah,
from there. I mean, he's still VP of the company, so
yeah. I mean, he could still be a producer, booker,
yep.
but health wise, as great as he is, he's not Kenny Omega of 2019 or Kenny Omega
Right,
of 2017.
right.
He's a step slower. Now, you can't hardly tell unless you've been watching him for a decade and a half, like I have. But I feel like this is going to be Will Ospreay's passing of the torch in Wembley, because there's no doubt in my mind, and I don't think anybody that knows anything about wrestling knows that Will Ospreay is the best wrestler on the planet. There's no one better than him. No one. Nobody in
Agreed.
WWE, nobody in TNA. There's no one better on this planet than Will Ospreay. So I don't think they turn on him, and here's why. I think we have to get that classic babyface moment. You have to think this whole year has led to his redemption story, right? I don't want them to give him the Cena treatment where he wins the belt and then he has to climb back up again.
No, I don't
That,
mean him. I don't mean him changing. I'm talking about Moxley.
yeah, but here's the thing though. If they do that, right? If they take him, like if they attack him, it's got to be brutal. It can't just be I'm gonna hit you with a Death Rider or paradigm
No,
shift.
I'm thinking Moxley attacks him only.
So you don't
And
think the rest of the
where the other Death Riders are just trying to figure out, hey, what the hell? No, we're tired of your shit. You doing things without consulting us. You're
yeah,
gone. And
I
they
can
kick
see
him
that.
out.
I can see that. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that, but at the same time, the old school, babyface fan of me, I don't like many of them, but I love Will Ospreay. I think we got to have him have that moment where he just stands tall. His wife comes out of the ring, his
Yeah.
kids there, then the
It
show fades
won't be the
away.
first time someone's attacked someone's wife on AEW.
No, and you know what?
Look
Here's the
what happened with
crazy thing.
Beth.
Here's the crazy thing. I don't have kids yet, but I want to be the first person to have like a 5 to 7 year old get the shit beat out of him on television. I want my kid to be the first one to take a concerto at 7 years old. That is
That would
one
be
of my
pretty cool.
goals in wrestling. I know it would be frowned upon, and oh my God, probably get death threats over it. But that kid is going to have greatness in his veins. I mean, look who his
Oh yeah.
dad's going to be. That's one of the ideas that is playing in my head that I want my kid to get the shit beat out of him. But my kid's going to be a worker by the time he comes out of the womb. So he's
Right.
going to be fine. He's going to be fine. But like you said, man, I can't root against the Death Riders here. So I'm going with
No.
Osprey and Mox. I think it's going to be one of the matches of the night. It's going to be a show stealer for sure.
Well, the next match, I don't the next two matches are your AEW championship matches. I don't see the title changing hands in either one.
No,
As much as I love Willow Nightingale, I don't see her taking the belt from Tekla. I actually feel like Willow might win the match, but it's going to be because of disqualification by Mercedes. Because they're pushing
keep
that
talking. I think
hard.
somebody just pulled up in my driveway. Give me just a second.
All right. But personally, I think that Mercedes is going to be the one that interferes and ends up costing Willow from getting the title, but she will be the one that actually wins the match. And like we stated before, these guys are needing the AEW women's division needs some serious work. They have the talent, but it doesn't really come out very much, except if it's Mercedes, if it is uh, Myrna, if it is My World, the match that she had with Mercedes in the last pay-per-view, which is absolutely amazing. If you have Tekla or you have Tony Storm, that's really five names. Those are your best ones. Now, do I love seeing them go out there and do their thing? Absolutely. Every single one of them are absolutely gorgeous. So seeing them in their ring attire, go out there and do their thing, I'm big fan. I have no problem admitting that. But their division just needs the actual work. And I don't see anyone other than Tekla or Mercedes having the belt right now to lead their division. Because
Yeah.
Tony Storm's out. We're not going to have this whole Ronda Rousey comeback bullshit.
Fuck you,
Thank
Ronda Rousey.
God. But right now, I don't see anyone else than Tekla that should be having the belt.
No, I completely agree with you, man.
No, as much as I love Willow and seeing her live, she's even more gorgeous in person. I have to admit that, dude. She was absolutely amazing. But
I think
she would
she's
be
a little
one that actually breaks
overrated.
my heart when I see her actually turn heel.
Yeah,
But she would be a dangerous heel if done correctly.
I don't know.
She would be like the next Karma, in my opinion. She could be a powerhouse if she wanted to.
That's a
But
bit
that
much.
switch will officially have to flip in order for that to happen. Just like when Gohan hit um Super Saiyan 2, man, that light switch flipped, and that's what's gonna have to
Hmm.
happen for her. So we'll see what happens.
Well, I will say first of all that I'm not the biggest fan of her. I've had the pleasure of meeting her. She's such a nice person.
Oh, she's a
Uh,
sweetheart.
yeah, she's so nice. But in terms, and I'm not dogging her, but in terms of her look, I think she's, a lot of people, oh my God, she's so gorgeous. She's all right. She ain't no Tekla or Mercedes Monet or a damn, who's your favorite right now?
She's definitely not Tony Storm,
Harley
that's for sure.
Cameron.
Oh, no, I got to see Harley too. That was amazing.
Yeah.
I got
Uh,
to see Harley. That was
yeah,
nice.
she lost her match, and there was a picture that you took where you were back home. Your face, I can't remember who was in the ring. Your face was like, I don't want to fucking be here anymore. And I was on FaceTime with Nate, and I sent him the picture, and he was like, "Dude, I bet you that's after Harley lost."
No, no, I can't remember what that was. I think it was.
You look so mad.
I don't remember what that was now. Shit.
I have to go back and look at who was in the ring. Maybe
Mm,
that'll jog your memory, but I don't know. I've just never been a big fan of her um, at all. I've had the pleasure to meet her. She's just such a sweet, nice woman. Um, but I've just never been the biggest
right.
fan of her. Like I've never, seen her as a top person. She's a good mid carder, but in terms of her, you just compared her. She could be the next Karma or Awesome Kong. That's crazy. That's wild.
No, she. I mean, I would definitely think she could do it. Other than uh, what's her nuts over in WWE, Botch City over there.
Yeah, but that's who I don't look at Nia Jax as the next Karma. You know who I look at as the next Karma? Lash Legend.
Oh well, hold on now. Lash Legend, that's completely different.
Last Legend needs to be women's world champion right now. She's
Lash Legend
fucking
is
phenomenal.
not gonna be the next Karma. Karma would want to be the next Lash Legend.
Oh, that's cold.
If it was done correctly, Lash Legend could be the most dominant woman wrestler since the ninth wonder of the world.
Lash Legend is who they wanted Jade Cargill to be.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to talk about that because I saw I, s- I sent you guys something the other day of the best cosplay uh
Mm-hmm.
WWE,
Mm-hmm.
and it was this amazingly beautiful Chilean woman that was showing up to Stephanie Vaquer, which that holy Christ.
Oh,
Um, but then there was one that was Rhea Ripley, there was one that was Liv Morgan, and then you saw the one that was Jade Cargill, and it was R-Truth dressed up in drag, and it was just absolutely hilarious. So I will never be able to take that woman seriously. She might work her ass off and do the best she can, but
I
to me,
want her. Okay,
honestly, kick her
I'm.
out, dude.
You're gonna get mad at me. You're probably gonna jump out of your seat. I want her to play Storm in the MCU.
The best thing about her is her entrance. Other than that, she is dog shit.
I'm not talking about I'm talking about acting.
No, no. Halle
You're,
Berry is the only good Storm we've ever had and ever will have.
but Halle Berry's not 20 anymore, man.
She's still fine as hell.
Yeah.
She could still go in there and play Storm and do an amazing job. You put Jade Cargill in there, the that movie would ruin or that. Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Casting would
No,
ruin the
no,
movie.
no. We're gonna focus on AEW right now.
Yeah.
Um,
I
anyways,
do
let's get
have a
back
couple
to it.
things to talk
So,
about with Comic Con before we close the show, but I'll do that after we're done with our
all
predictions.
right. So Tekla's gonna take the belt. I mean, as much as I
Yeah.
love Willow, Tekla's gonna keep it, and
Yeah.
we all know
Sexiest
that
woman in wrestling. Good grief.
that Omega's winning this match.
Yeah, but I want to talk about this match for a second.
It'll be a hell of a match, though.
Oh, it's gonna be,
I mean,
I would
it might
argue to say
be
it's gonna be match of the
match of
night.
the night. It might be match of the night.
Yeah. There is people saying online that this match doesn't deserve the main event. First of all, go fuck yourself. People are
Right?
saying this match has no build. The fuck it doesn't. Did you see what he did to him on Dynamite?
Yeah.
He legit jumped. He had his Javon Evans moment. We didn't
Yep.
know he was there. He jumped into frame and cracked Kenny's skull open with the belt. And the
Yep.
closing shot of him raising the TNT and AEW World Championship is one of the best closing shots any Dynamite has ever had.
Yep.
So good. And for the people being upset, because we haven't been here for a while, so I got to get some Twitter mark opinions off my fucking chest.
Go
For
for
the
it.
people that are upset about Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay, and the main concern they have is when Will Ospreay said it's the closest thing we're gonna get to the real life Goku and Vegeta going at it. It fucking is. It is. They are Vegeta and Goku of All Elite Wrestling.
I never looked at it that way.
They are. You have
Damn.
to think. I mean, it just makes me
Damn.
angry. Did I just blow your
I
mind?
like that comparison.
That's what Osprey said. That's why the whole internet was mad about it, right?
I
Because
like that comparison.
he was like, bruv, it's gonna be the closest thing anybody's ever gonna see to the real life Vegeta and Goku going at it. And the internet ate him alive for it. It's
I'm upset I didn't hear this sooner. But
you
that's
didn't
a
hear
damn
the
great comparison.
you didn't hear the segment where they had that like the when Kenny won it was the first Dynamite after Kenny had won the belt. And they had that little back and forth, and it was like, it's the closest thing we're gonna get to Vegeta and Goku. And the internet was like, "Oh, how dare he compare them to?" It is. It's exactly what that is, and I wouldn't be surprised if both of them came out in Super Saiyan gear for All In.
That would be amazing.
You're talking about having the power scaling visor and
Oh, you don't have to go
everything.
that route. Just get the way the New Day would dress up and whatnot and come out as
Absolutely,
Saiyans.
absolutely. Um, I don't think there's any question about it that Kenny wins this match,
Oh no.
but I think Kevin Knight comes damn close,
Oh yeah. Like
damn
he will
close
be the one that shows the actual weakness that
of Kenny
Omega
Omega.
has so that
Osprey
Osprey
can zone in on it.
Yep.
Yep. And I'm gonna make another crazy statement. I made a couple today. Kevin Knight should be world champion.
Ooh.
I would argue to say Kevin Knight is the best heel in the business right now. And you have to do you know who trained Kevin Knight? Bet you didn't know this one. Take one wild guess, because when I found out, I was like, that makes a lot of sense why he's so good at being a fucking asshole.
What, MVP?
No, it's Kenta fucking Kabashi.
Oh no, yeah.
Kenta Kabashi taught him how to be evil.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Like, I would seriously argue to say Kevin Knight's the best heel in the business right now. And that's because MJF really ain't doing shit.
Well, that you just mentioned a name that sticks out. MJF was lost the belt thanks to him, Osprey getting
Osprey.
interference.
Yeah.
But Andrade has his ring.
Yeah. Oh. Oh no.
I want now I'm thinking about that. What if Andrade does not get the title because MJF interferes?
I don't want that, but I can see how that's going to be the case.
Because they have a massive feud together. Or if he does win the belt, MJF's music hits because that's a title he's never worn.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
could also see there being an interference at All In where MJF shows up
Yeah. Yeah.
to
There's
potentially cost him the belt.
there's so many possibilities with this show, man. It's insane
And the fact that
how
they've been not really transitioning belts, but they've been having championship matches and the champ losing on Dynamite quite a bit here recently.
quite a lot. Yeah.
So I don't know. It's going to be a hell of a match, potentially the best match of the night. But yes, Kenny Omega is going to take it down.
Yeah, because there's no way they're gonna screw up. Because you guys have to think, guys. A lot. I'm a Will Ospreay historian. This will be the third match in the trilogy
Yep.
of, in what is my opinion, probably the greatest trilogy of matches. Now, All In hasn't happened yet, but those first two,
And,
anybody that
and
wants to
and
get
I hate
wrestling,
that we're looking past Kevin Knight,
hmm,
but it's not his time.
no, not yet. Give it another 6 months.
I mean, he's ready, but it's there's something that's bigger than him right now, and that needs to play out
Yeah,
before
it's
he can have his moment.
yeah, and the one thing is that Will Ospreay redemption arc.
Yeah.
So that's got to finish wrapping up, and then we can focus on Kevin Knight because God, he is so good. He's
Hmm.
good on the microphone. A lot of people were critiquing his line about how there's no good in my heart. There's only thing running through my veins is pure greatness. That's one of the greatest lines I've ever heard somebody drop in my life.
Yep.
And Kevin Knight, if you see this in 15 years, yeah, I stole it from you because I'm gonna use it. I promise you, I'm gonna use it on the indies here in the bumfuck middle of nowhere when somebody's yelling at me with a beer in their hand, because they bought their ticket with the rest of their fucking welfare money.
Hey, come on now. I'm close to that now. It ain't gonna be too long before I'm hitting that route. So,
Well, as long as you don't break your hands, I think we'll be good.
well, one's already been surgically repaired. So
Yeah, we gotta get that other. Speaking of surgically repaired, man, you got any dates on your foot? We
that we ain't
addressed.
gonna talk about that. We gonna talk about that right now.
Okay, I was gonna say
Talk about
we
that right now.
we addressed that
Now,
last
I
time.
got I got appointments coming up in the next few weeks. It ought to get postponed because of my vacation.
Okay, all right, but we gotta
They
get that
wanted me to
taken care of.
somehow make my way back to Little Rock while I was in Virginia, so that wasn't happening.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I got to go to Little Rock 2 days in a row.
That's wild.
Yep, that's a lot of gas money.
Yeah. So before we close this out, a lot of you know that I am one of the biggest Marvel heads on the planet Earth. I want to close this episode out by talking about Marvel a little bit because Hall of H was yesterday, man. And there's two things that stuck out to me, and I'm gonna say the best for last, real quick, as we wrap this up. Black Panther 3 got revealed.
Good for them. Good for them.
No, it's not
I
good for them, and
I'm a fan. I like who they've chosen as the main character.
I don't have a problem with that. You want to know what I have a problem with? Is now, granted, he's been dead a long time, right? I get that. I understand that. Yes, it's fine to recast him. But the fact that and granted, I'm a big fan of Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. I didn't think it was a terrible movie at all. I thought it was okay. It was decent with what they had.
It was horrible.
No, it wasn't terrible. They did a damn good job considering their
I mean, it wasn't the
fucking.
Eternals, so I mean,
Oh,
it's
fuck yeah. So anything's better than that. But the problem I have with this is we gave Shiri, I can't remember the actor's name right off the top of my head, one movie.
right.
And then we're just going to jump and say, oh, his son's grown up now. And first of all, that makes no fucking sense to me. We're going to have
Who's
a
to say
time
she doesn't
jump.
have her? Who's to say though she doesn't keep uh her costume? And
Ain't
there's
no.
technically two,
Well, the thing is, as soon as that kid gets the heart herb, you know, Shuri's not going to matter. They're not going to
but
focus on her.
but no, they've already explained that though, because all those are gone. She doesn't have any powers. She's just got that suit.
Well, no, here's the thing. She took the heart shaped herb, right? In Wakanda Forever. So those powers are with her for the rest of her life.
I thought they burned them all.
They did. But then she made an artificial one, right?
Oh, the artificial one. Okay, sorry, I wasn't thinking the artificial one.
So those
Okay,
powers are with her for the rest of her life. That's not
yeah.
something you can lose. And then to just say, oh, well, we want number one, you named him T'Challa. You talk about fucking disrespectful. That's fucking disrespectful to the man that was fucking filming Civil War when he had fucking cancer. Name him something else and say, yeah, my dad was T'Challa, but I'm trying to carry on the legacy. Don't fucking just rename him T'Challa so we can just say T'Challa's back in the MCU. It's
Well,
disrespectful.
maybe though, before you get too worked up on it, maybe that is actually in that culture. You can't be named the exact same as your father.
Okay, then why wasn't T'Challa Chadwick Boseman named after his dad?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I don't know why, but I'm just trying to think of it that way in case it's a cultural specific that is allowing it. Because I'm right there with you. I don't think they should name the kid the exact same thing. But if it's a cultural thing, then go for
But here's the thing, though. Like, we're looking at it from a realistic standpoint, right? Where we're just like, oh, maybe it's a cultural thing. No, it was just a fucking cop out. Realistically, from Marvel to go, oh, we need T'Challa back. Let's just name his kid T'Challa. And there was no, and the biggest problem I have with Wakanda Forever, there was no explanation. It was just an
it. No.
illness. How
Yeah.
the fuck did he get that illness? Number one,
Yeah.
how long did he have that illness? Just say he had cancer
Right. Right.
and honor Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not that fucking hard. Like, oh my God, it makes me so angry. So I'm not looking forward to this movie. I'm not. Because Ryan Coogler fucking sucks. Name one thing from both movies that they have drawn from the comics. I know I'm sounding like my dad, but name one thing.
I know.
Not a fucking thing. You want to know why? Because half of these directors that have the power to direct all these comic book
Never
movies
read the comics.
have never read a fucking comic book.
Yeah.
And it's not just because I'm a big fan of comics. I get so pissed off when the guy that is directing the God of War series for Amazon Prime has never played a God of War video game.
Speaking of that, who did they replace as Ryan Hurst?
I don't know. I thought
Or
that
are
was
they
just
still
fake.
working on that?
I thought that was just fake. I thought Ryan Hurst was still good.
No, he's legit injured and was not able to complete, so they are refilming everything.
Just give it to Christopher Judge.
He's one of the leading people, I believe.
Please. The dude voices him in the video games.
I know. I
And
know.
the people are saying, oh, he's black. He can't play Kratos. Kratos is black, you idiots. The only reason he has white skin is because that's the ashes of his dead family.
Yep.
It's not that hard. But the second thing I want to talk about before we get out of here, there was a couple things. First of all, Ryan Reynolds showed up at the Doomsday panel. First of all, people were like, "Oh, I don't know if that's telling us that he's in the
That
movie."
suit he was wearing, though, is pretty awesome.
The only thing I would have changed about it, make it have red eyes, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Give me that.
Yeah.
Give me that X Force suit. Good grief, give me that X Force suit. First of all, people are saying, "Oh, I don't know. They didn't confirm he was in." That was his confirmation that he's in the damn movie. You didn't have to go, "Oh yeah, he's in the movie." That was him in character saying, "Yeah, when are we filming this?"
Yeah.
He's in the movie. Another thing, a lot of people aren't seeing that I saw in the trailer for Doomsday. I know we're getting off topic of wrestling, but man, there's so much that just happened about things that we enjoy. In the trailer, when you see Xavier do this to block the light from the incursion, the sound that it makes is Toby's scream from Spider-Man 2 when he's holding the train back. And I'm not just reaching out there. If you go back and play the clip side by side, it's the exact same sound bite.
Mm-hmm.
That scares me that my boy Toby's going to bite the dust. And I don't want it. I don't want it. We are a week away from Brand New Day. That's going to be a fucking generational movie. Look at Drew's shirt. I mean,
Which
look,
is why I'm sporting it up for getting ready for it next Friday night.
we are literally. I am going with Nate and his wife to the premiere, and it's the first time. And I've
I'll be
apologized
there
to her.
Friday night.
Yeah, I've apologized to her in advance, and I'll tell you why. Number one, Nate has a Spider-Man plushie in his car. Nate's a Spidey stan. Like, you know how I say Batman could probably beat anybody with prep time, or like I say that Daredevil could beat anybody with prep time. Nate's the same way with Spider-Man. So I had to apologize to her for me first of all, because if I see, and there was leaks that there was a Marvel Legends of Charlie Cox's Daredevil in the Devil from Cell Block D outfit. If I see that, I don't care if I'm in public. I don't care if I'm around kids. I'm screaming my fucking head off. And the second thing I apologize for is because she's not a big comic book fan. You know, she's watched
Oh,
all the Toby movies and
oh.
everything, but she does not understand the significance of this movie. The fact that we are going to see Spider-Man be Spider-Man for the first time and not just Iron Man Jr. My gosh, I can't wait. But I'm going to close this episode out with something that I was really happy with Hall H, man. And that is my dog, Ryan Gosling, being cast as the Spirit of Vengeance himself, Ghost Rider. Oh,
Now, if they don't do what Ghost Rider 1 did and have a cameo of Nicolas Cage
Mm-hmm.
as the older Ghost Rider or whatever, like they did with Sam Elliott,
Yep.
I will be upset.
But here's my take on that. First of all, they never said who Ryan Gosling's like Ghost Rider would be. They didn't say Danny Reyes, which is impossible
Yeah,
because Ryan Gosling's not Mexican, who is honestly my favorite Ghost Rider. If you guys
yeah.
haven't read the Danny Reyes run where his Hell Cycle is a Dodge Charger, some of the best stuff I've ever read.
Hey, they were trying to do that with Agents of Marvel or Agents
Agents
of
of
Shield.
Shield. Yeah, he was in the show. That's where he first got his like first thing. And I've honestly never seen an episode of Agents of Shield, so that's on my
Oh,
watch list.
you'll love it.
Um, but my one complaint and my one worry about this is if we're going to have an older Ghost Rider be the guy that passed down the mantle, and there's one person that I have fan casted as Ghost Rider for damn near a decade, and his name is Norman Reedus. You're gonna
He'd
tell
have
me
been
that?
better as Null.
Oh gosh, oh my gosh! If we, oh, man, don't get me excited.
Yeah,
That's he
in my
did
opinion,
voice
he would have been
Noel.
better as Null.
Yeah, well, he did play Noel in Venom: The Last Dance, if I'm not mistaken,
Right.
but it just wasn't enough.
Oh no, no, he wasn't. He didn't do that. It was
He
somebody
didn't
else.
he didn't do the voice?
People wanted him as Null.
Yeah, I could see that. Well, I mean, hell, there's always a chance. But I will wrap this up, man, by just saying that we're back. Your boy's back. I'm out of my depression. Um, Anybody that is ever feeling like you don't belong or you're down, get help, man. Uh
Yep.
Granted, I was strong enough not to need that because I have a very good support system with Drew and my friend Nate, but yesterday and the day before was some of the lowest points I've ever had in my life. Um, I lost my son, and I know that sounds dramatic, but that's what he was. He was my baby. And I thought I was going to lose my other baby who was wanting to go out the door. Hey, come here. I'll take you out in a second. But he's getting better. He's still moving slow. You can still see his ribs, but he's getting better. His bowels are moving better. His urinary tract's moving better. So I think he's going to kick out. But the fact that Loki didn't kick out, and it bothers me, because I I should have been better with him. I should have done a lot more, but then I let depression get a hold of me. And anybody that watches this show and go, "Oh, you're making excuses," go fuck yourself. I had a very traumatic change in my life, um, where, quite frankly, my fiance of 6 years left me, um, just out of the blue, and I didn't know what to do with my life because everything I did, this podcast, my future in wrestling, was to all make sure she had a better life. And so I lost my purpose. But now my purpose is to tell people to fuck off when I want to and to take care of my boy. So lay down, Peckerhead. I'll take you out in a second. But I will say this about Spider-Man. So excited. Can't wait till next week. Um, I'm a little worried about leaving him because I'm gonna be gone for a few hours, but I got a doggy cam set up in the room, and honestly, if he was gonna go, guys, I think he would have already went. Um, so I'm not too worried about him. I'm a little optimistic. He's eating food now. It's not dry food. I think he's just being bougie. Uh, you know, but I love this dog with all my heart, and I know that a lot of people don't understand that, but he was the only thing here when she left. He understood
Yep.
what I was going through, and he laid with me when I was at my lowest. And so I'll run through a brick wall for him, even though he pisses me off sometimes. Because God, you've been eating that food since you was a puppy. Now you're like, no, I want wet food with chicken. But I'm gonna bring this episode to a close. I missed you guys so much. I missed sitting down with my guy. Drew is one of my best friends on the planet. I would not have the joy that I have in my life without Drew Morgan in it. So
Well, you need to get yourself ready for October the 30th.
yeah. Oh yeah, let's talk about that for a second.
Well, let's save that for another night. But just for right
Okay.
now, get ready for October 30th, and we'll
Yeah.
get more details of that at a later time.
Have we haven't got the documents yet, right? That we need to
Not
fill
yet.
out?
Not yet.
Okay.
So let's worry about that later time. But
Okay. Yep. All right, guys. So I'm gonna bring this episode to a close. Again, we're back on a weekly schedule. I'm back. Okay, we're back. The boys are back in town, and next week's gonna be a doozy because this week we had to talk about AEW, but next week we're gonna let all of our
SummerSlam.
frustrations out.
Yep. Next week's SummerSlam though, so we gotta get our prediction video for that as well.
Well, fuck yeah, we'll do a double decker if we got to, or we'll just fit it into the SummerSlam prediction because it won't take long.
They got quite a few cards going on right now. I've
Yeah.
already got that written out, and they got a whole lot more than I was expecting.
Well, there's 2 nights. Of course they're gonna do that because God forbid they actually put 14 matches in one night.
Dude, they might have 11 or 12 matches.
So that's 6 per night.
Yeah. But that's more than what
What
they
it has
normally
been.
do. So I
Yeah.
mean, this is what the first time or second time they've had SummerSlam 2 nights.
It's the first time.
Yeah, so they've got to go big. So,
Yeah.
but we'll talk about that at a later time too, because I've already got all that stuff written down and keeping that updated in case they add more to it. So,
Yep. All right, guys. So I'm gonna bring this episode to a close. You guys will see this in just a matter of minutes to an hour, depending on when it can be uploaded. I'm gonna do it as soon as I get off of here. Thank you again, Drew, for sitting back in the chair, being my guy in the chair, and damn, it feels good to be back in this chair in front of this microphone. So we'll catch you guys next week. Don't forget, folks, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm pretty sure you can find us on Amazon Alexa through your Spotify. So if you have an Alexa and you say, hey, play the Main Event Mafia podcast on Spotify, it'll play it for you. Just link your Spotify account with your Alexa. So if you're doing dishes, cleaning the house up, you want to hear the greatest voices of this generation talk about their frustrations with this wonderful world we call professional wrestling, do that. We're on all platforms. Uh, every Monday, well, today is Sunday, so you guys will get this one on Sunday, but every Monday at 5 p.m., new episode comes out. We'll see you guys next week. We love you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next week, even though I just said that.